Yo, welcome back to Football
Welcome back to
Lenses,
Football
everybody.
Stories.
Another week,
Another
another
day,
episode.
another dollar,
Me,
another
AJ,
episode. Me,
with
Baka.
Baka.
What up, big
How
dog?
goes
How you
it?
been?
I've been good, man.
It's
I've been
rough out
good.
here. It's tough it's tough out here for a Pip named Slickback. You watch the Boondocks?
Nah, I don't watch cartoons, bro. I'm a grown ass man.
Oh my fucking God. So how's your week been?
My week's been very good. Been very good.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
This upcoming week on Friday is my last day at my job. I start a new job next week on Monday.
Oh yeah.
I went on a vacation from last week Wednesday to this week Tuesday, which is why this episode is coming out a day late. I apologize for that, but I was flying back from England, where I went with my father for like 5 or 6 days, 4 of which were in London, 2 of which were in Newcastle. And we had a jolly
Oh
good
yeah.
time. I'll get into it a
Hell
little
yeah.
bit more later in the podcast. How was your week?
I don't know. I'm still kicking, man. So if y'all been watching, I'm not at home. I've been in San Antonio the last couple of weeks for work, and it's just straight work, work, work. Once you get back, shower, maybe eat. That's about it. Um, I'm on my third week, something like that. I am gonna go back home this weekend, so that's nice. Uh, I was planning to originally go to a San Antonio FC game, make a little video about that and everything, but I'm being sent home a little earlier than expected, which I, I can't complain about because I'm like exhausted, but at the same time, because I've worked every single day like since I got here, so 3 weeks straight, 12 hours. So I can't complain too much because like I get to go home a little early, but the day I'm going home is the day I was going to go to that game. So I felt a little type of way where I'm like, damn, I really wanted to go get some content, enjoy my time, but I will be coming back. So there is a chance still. I looked at the schedule, so hopefully it works out. But yeah, it's work, man. I swear to God, it's just shower, maybe eat, and get ready for the next day. That's how it's been.
I respect that.
I actually saw a TikTok. Um, so a content creator who's also a Fire fan that we ended up meeting once, Trumpet Poppy.
Oh, he was on the news in San Antonio.
He was on the news in San Antonio, and like I commented. It was for a fucked up situation because it was for like a racial thing at a Spurs game, San Antonio Spurs basketball, and so I was supposed to go home next Tuesday. So the Monday night beforehand, Spurs play the Bulls. So I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. Hell yeah. And no, I can't. 'Cause I'm going home a day before that. But I was gonna message and be like, hey, if you're still out here, let's go to the game. But yeah, no, I can't.
Nah, I couldn't believe my eyes when I seen it on TikTok.
Yeah, that
I
was
was like,
funny.
bro, I told him, I said, bro, you're too big time for us, bro.
Yeah. I didn't even know he was a big Spurs fan until I saw that.
W mans.
Um, but yeah. I did see that what's it called? When you came back for your trip, you brought back some ciders
I did.
and you're a fucking cunt. Because I asked nicely if you can bring one for me, and you didn't.
Probably
At
didn't
least you
find
said
it
you
anywhere.
didn't. Bullshit, they're everywhere.
No, I genuinely, because I didn't go to like actual stores.
Where'd you
Like
get
I
the
didn't
other
go
ones then?
Tesco and stuff. like this like little liquor store in the corner of a fucking street,
A liquor store is gonna have one of the most common ciders in England.
but I didn't have it. I swear on my life.
What's wrong with
It
that
had
Catholic?
Strongbow, but not the purple one. It was in London actually that I bought them because it was the day before I left.
I'm gonna have to pay $40 for a 6-pack online
But now
or
I
a
know.
4-pack.
Next time I go, I'm bringing an empty checked bag, and I'm just coming back with a bag full of alcohol.
Man, after you said no to me so rudely after I asked, I'm like, I hope to God all the ciders, because they all came in glass, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I hope to God they're all shattered when he gets home.
Right. I feel like I did. Actually, the only place I saw it was in Newcastle when I saw a couple empty cans on the side of the road.
Mm,
But I never actually
mm.
saw like an actual can of it.
I mean, I feel like it's one of those things where, like, even if it might have been there, you're not actively looking for it, so it
No,
doesn't
I
catch
was.
your eye. Oh, were you?
Yeah, because you asked me to bring you back, so I was looking for it.
Thank you. At
And
least you
like
tried.
I did go to Tesco and Sainsbury's a couple times because I was looking for ciders before the last day
Mhm.
just to see if they had it. I literally didn't see it once because like in the past, last time I went with Andrew, we went to Tesco and like they had aisles for worth of alcohol, whereas
Mhm.
everywhere I went was just Tesco Express and Sainsbury
Oh, gotcha.
Express.
Gotcha.
So that's why they didn't have it, I think. But I couldn't
Speaking of
find an
like,
actual store that I was trying to. I couldn't find one.
yeah. Speaking of like a Tesco Express, like obviously they're smaller, right? So they have less stuff.
Yeah.
I knew they existed, but I'd never seen one in person over here. A Walmart, and it's called like a neighborhood Walmart or something like that. Where
Uh,
like, you know how we're so used to like what they used to call the super Walmarts, but like for us it's just now like a
yeah.
regular Walmart. It's massive. It was a tiny little Walmart, just a little grocery Walmart, tiny little Walmart. It was so small and
I feel
cute.
like
I had
I feel like there used to be one around us.
maybe I took a video of it, but the video doesn't do it justice because it still just looks like a big building. So I mean, it's still a big building regardless, like
Yeah.
any other building, but it's not like the Walmarts you typically see nowadays. I don't know. That just when you said Tesco Express, that reminded me of that because I'd never really seen one in person. That's it.
But yeah, I'm happy to be back. But I'm also sad that it went by so fast. And
Oh,
I'm
of
ready to
course.
go back already.
Yeah. Also, I apologize if you're watching the video. I could not be asked to set up a little studio to like properly like I'm on my bed. I'm holding up my hand. So if there's a lot of movement, I was too exhausted because I don't have a proper I have a desk, but there's thin walls. And I think at one point, like 2 weeks ago, somebody knocked on the wall because I was being loud on a phone call. And I wasn't even being that loud. I was cooking dinner on the phone with my grandparents.
Shake my head. Damn, it's
Yeah.
61 degrees right now. That's crazy.
It's
Um,
doesn't even get that hot over here, but the sun, when you're in the sun, oh, it's deadly.
I bet that Texas heat ain't no joke.
Nope. But
But
yeah, I was just gonna
boy, yeah,
ask. I mean, it involves your trip. Tell us about your trip, man. Give us a day by day.
yeah. So
What?
I was there, like I said, I think like 6 days or 5 days if you don't include travel time. I left on Wednesday, landed on Thursday morning in Heathrow Airport. It was my dad's first time in London. Actually, first time out of the country ever. He specifically
Really?
got a passport for this trip.
What did you think of the overall trip?
He actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, he'd go
My
back.
dad is kind of, I feel like I've told you this before. My dad's kind of a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Not a nerd necessarily, but like he likes to watch like the History Channel shows. And, like he's
Oh
really
yeah.
fascinated by things that are old and shit like that. Not
Okay.
necessarily like, oh, like I want to go to the museum and look at fossils and paintings, But
But
like,
there's
oh,
certain
I
like roads
I
and things.
admire like, yeah, like, so like when we're walking in London, he's like, wow, like you can tell
Yeah,
this building is old as hell. Like we're walking on cobblestone roads that are hundreds of years old, and he's like, damn, bro, this road is old as shit. I'm
yeah,
just like, yeah,
yeah.
bro, yeah, it is. It is old as shit.
I'm pretty sure. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I hope so. I don't even know what the fuck that was, bro.
Do you want to check?
Nah, they'll be fine. Um, I'm surprised you even heard that.
Yeah,
Um,
juice.
but
No,
yeah, no, you had a great time.
like I said, like I mean, obviously I know you're dead and everything, but I feel like if we actually hung out, we'd actually get along.
Yeah, probably. Um, so yeah, what did we do? We landed on Thursday morning, like 11 o'clock. We went to the hotel. I didn't do Airbnbs this time because Airbnbs were taxing, and
Mm,
I couldn't find one in like a good location that I wanted to really stay in that was worth paying what I paid, because the
fair.
hotels were cheaper and like they were pretty nice. Like we stayed at like 4-star hotels for less than we would have spent if we would have been at an Airbnb.
Four
So like,
star?
yeah,
Mr. Big Bucks over here.
yeah,
God
it was,
damn.
it was nice, dude. It was nice.
Shit.
Last night I splurged a little bit, 4.5 star for the last night, but we'll talk about
Okay.
that. Um, so our hotel was in Hammersmith, which I've been to before because it's like one of the main train stations or tube stations, but they also have a bus station there. And so I was constantly going there my last trip when I was with Andrew, because we always took the bus everywhere, and that was like the
Okay.
main bus station that we would get on and off at.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we had to like take the tube, we would take the bus to Hammersmith and then go down and get on the tube, the underground, whatever you want to call it. So we stayed there. We were like 5 minutes off the tube to our hotel. It was a nice area. When we landed, we just walked around a little bit. Um, Walked down the street. My dad was like looking at all this, like the restaurants and everything he's never seen before.
The architecture, the difference, the little details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw like, it was kind of touristy area, but not like, I don't want to say touristy, but like I feel like there's like parts of London where like you walk down the street and you see like a lot of like Americanized and like super popular, like seeing like all these fast food and all this stuff. And it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like that. There was like a lot of things going on, but they were still like pretty like Londonized. A couple pubs and
Okay.
stuff. So we stopped at a pub, got some fish and chips. Um, I had a pint of cider, which, as you mentioned, I brought some home. Um, this place actually had one of my favorite ciders on draft and in the bottle, so I got it on draft. It was delicious. Old Moot berries and cherry cider, 10 out of 10. It's not the best of the ciders, but it's 10 out of 10.
Right.
And then we just went back to the hotel and slept. I'm not gonna lie.
Fair. Fair.
Just fell asleep at like 3 p.m. I think. Slept till like midnight. Fell asleep again. I woke up at like 7 a.m. And then we
Wait. You got there at 3 p.m. I slept till
got back
7
to the
a.m.
got back to the hotel at like 3 p.m. Yeah, slept, woke up, slept, woke up, slept, woke up. Like it's not like we were slept the whole time from 3 to 7, but like because we were both like on and off sleeping, trying to like fight the jet lag.
Gotcha.
Because I was trying not to fall asleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically we like slept our whole day, our whole first day. We just slept.
Damn.
But then we woke up
Gotta
really
just
early on
slap
Friday.
yourself.
Woke up like 7 a.m. We were out the door by 8 a.m. Hopped on the tube straight to central London. Boom, we walked around. We actually walked for a while because I low key went in the wrong direction. So we went to see Big Ben. We took the tube straight to Big Ben. And then I was like, oh yeah, I feel like we can walk across the bridge. And then like, if we go right, eventually we'll walk to Tower Bridge and then we can just loop back and we'll go to Buckingham Palace, yada, yada, yada. But I was actually supposed to go left to get to Tower Bridge and London Bridge
Mm,
and all that stuff. Not right. We went right like 2 bridges, and then I'm like, brother, we
Were,
went in the wrong direction.
were you thinking you're on the opposite? You're coming from the
Yeah,
opposite way.
yeah,
I know
yeah.
what you mean. Yeah.
And
Did
so
you guys stop at that boat that's on the Thames?
no, we didn't. We didn't actually walk past it because we were. So basically, what we did is we were at Big Ben. We crossed the bridge. We went right, and then I'm like, I put in. I look at the GPS, which my freaking. You remember when we went the first time? How my service wasn't working for the first like 3 days, and then
Hmm.
we called T-Mobile like four. Like, my dad called T-Mobile again, and then they were like, "Oh, let me turn it on." I'm like, "Bro, I
Yeah.
should have been on this whole time." That basically happened again.
Ah, damn. Okay.
So I didn't have service the first like 2 days. Um, so unless I had Wi-Fi, my shit was cooked.
Damn.
So
That sucks.
we went from Big Ben. We walked like 2 blocks, well, not blocks, but 2 bridges, which is quite far. The bridges are pretty far apart. They don't look that far apart, but when you're actually walking it, they're far so.
Hmm.
Then from
Yeah.
there, we walked all the way to Buckingham Palace. At this point, we'd been walking probably like since like 8:30. We got there at like 11 a.m. And the only reason I know it was 11 is because we saw the changing of the guards,
Oh, that's cool.
which is the first time I've ever seen it.
I think I saw it when I went my first time. Yeah, I
Um,
did.
Obviously, I didn't know that we were going to see it because we just like that was the plan, was just to walk there. I didn't
It's
realize
random. It takes
like,
a long
oh
time,
shit, they're
huh?
doing it. Yeah, it was a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then we left there, and then we walked to Tower Bridge, which I don't know how long it took because like we didn't even stop. Like we went straight from Buckingham Palace straight to Tower Bridge.
It's probably like what, a 20-25 minute walk.
No,
More.
it took hours, bro.
Did you guys loop around a lot?
No, literally
Oh,
just
oh.
walked across, went down the bridge, like across the bridge, and then just walked straight through the, like, you know how they have like the little river walk. We just
Hmm.
followed that the whole way.
Hmm.
It took like
I
two
guess I
hours,
don't
bro.
remember it. At
Um,
least there's a lot to see on the way there.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do we do after that? After that, we stopped for some food,
What'd you get? What'd
and
you get?
then Shake Shack. I know, dude. It wasn't my choice, but it was like the only thing that was local. And again, I didn't have service, so I couldn't like look shit up.
There's like you can literally just walk around a little bit, like block the opposite direction, and find a local spot.
I was trying to. I was trying to.
Not hard
Couldn't.
enough.
Literally couldn't.
Gotta get lost in
Um,
the city.
then we took the bus to Soho. Well, we went to Oxford Street actually because I
Mm.
wanted to go to the card shop. So I bought a pack of cards. That was like an exclusive at the London card shop.
Oh yeah.
Um, that's some sick cards. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
did you end up? I mean, I don't think you did, but link up with Man
No,
Dog Collects or from the Recliner now.
no.
Did you
Unfortunately, they were
message
too
them?
busy. Yeah, I hit them
Fair,
up, but they were busy.
fair
Um,
enough.
so then we were there, and then we walked around Soho for a little bit, and like Oxford Street and Regency Street, and then we were both like, it was like 6 p.m. and we were both like, bro, I'm fucking tired of shit. Like we left the
Yeah,
hotel
but
at 8 a.m. It was 6 p.m. We literally walked across London. The only fucking transportation we took was the tube from our hotel to Big Ben, and then
mm,
the bus from Trafalgar Square to Oxford Street. So then we get
okay.
back to the hotel at like, I think it was like 7:30, and checked how many steps we walked that day. 36,000 steps, bro.
Yeah,
36,000 steps.
as
It
you
was insane.
should.
Yeah, literally. And then went to sleep at like 10 because we had to be up early to take the train to Newcastle. Train left at 8 a.m. We were like 40 minutes away from the train station we needed to be at. But then we also had to like check out of the hotel and everything. So we woke up again at like 6 a.m. Showered, did whatever, checked out of the hotel, got on the train, got on the next train, took the train to Newcastle. It was supposed to take like 3.5 hours. It took almost 4.5 hours because the British fucking overground trains are fucking shit. Underground, fantastic. Overground, shit. Always delays for no reason. But it was beautiful going through the English countryside and past some pretty big cities. Not massive. Like we didn't go through like Manchester or like anything like huge, but went to like York and some other big cities that I've at least heard of before. Went past the stadium of Shite on the way to Newcastle.
I
Yeah,
Jesus
while we were on
Christ.
the train.
That's hilarious. You take a picture.
I did. I got a little video. I don't have a picture, but a video. And then yeah, we got to Newcastle at like 1 p.m. Went to the hotel. I was like, hey, I know check-in's at 3, but we just got here. Can we check in? Or not check in, but can we leave our bags? And they're like, yeah, you can leave your bags. So we left our bags. We went straight to St. James Park because I had a stadium tour at 2:30.
Oh yeah.
So it was literally like we were staying 10 minutes from the stadium. So we like walked around the stadium, and then there's a big park called Liazes Park right next to the stadium. So we went to the park because it was a really nice day. We were just like chilling in the park, strolling, relaxing, enjoying the sun. And then that's when we called T-Mobile and we're like, yo, my shit's not working. And then they fixed it. So then we went to the stadium tour, which if you don't follow us on TikTok, follow us on TikTok because I made a TikTok about it. That shit was long as hell. It was like an hour and 45 minutes.
Worth it?
It was 100% worth it. I mean, I got it for free.
Oh, okay.
So it was 100% worth it. But
Even
if I had to pay the £30 or whatever it cost,
that's
I would have paid it.
No. Yeah, it's not even bad.
But it was sick because, so obviously the reason I went is because Newcastle played Sunderland on the Sunday. We went to the stadium tour on Saturday, but when we were there, we were the last tour of the day because they had to start setting up the locker rooms.
Fair,
and the teams had to start preparing. So when we got there, they were like, so typically we end on the field and on pitch side, but we have to start there because the Sunderland equipment managers are here and they're starting to unload the trucks and like set up the locker room. And then we need to get out of the home locker room so that our equipment manager could go in and set up our home locker room. So we went into the locker rooms first. Well, we didn't go in the away one because they were literally in there unpacking.
Should have gone in there and just rig some shit.
It was actually quite funny because, so like we went in the entrance that like the away team would go in when they're entering the stadium, and so the guys are like coming in with these big ass trunks full of gear and stuff, and everyone's like, you fucking wanker, and they're giving it back. They're like, and then this one guy's like, this is the only time I'll ever help a Sunderland fan, you fucking bastard. And then they just like had like a little moment. It was kind of funny.
That's funny.
But yeah, then we went to the locker room. Then we went down to the pitch. They turned like the song on that they walk out to, which was cool.
How does it go? Sing it for us.
Fucking. They changed it recently, so I actually don't know the lyrics.
Fake fan.
And then after that, we went to like the media, like where they do like the post-game press conferences and like the press conference the day before the game. And then we went upstairs to like basically the top of the stadium because they were like, oh, there's like, I think they said there's 17 levels. So we like took the elevator to floor 16 and then we went up an extra 2 flights of stairs to get to the top. And then we like walked down and we got like an aerial view of the whole city basically.
Oh, that's nice.
Newcastle's stadium is not only in the center of the city, but it's also on a hill in the center of the city.
Thing there.
So yeah, it's literally like you can basically see like half of the city because the other half obviously has like the stands and like the building, so you can't see, but you can see half the city. So yeah, we were up there, we saw that, then we went down a couple of stories and we got to look in like the boxes that like players or sponsors would have. We got to go in Anthony Gordon's box where like him and his family would be. Then we went down to the director's suite which is where like the CEO and like the national team managers and all of them go when
Mm-hmm.
they come to games, and then also like the administrators for the team. And then we got to go see where they sit on the field. And then that was it. Stadium tour was over. We got a discount in the team shop, 10% off. And they also have a bar at the stadium called Shearer's, which obviously is dedicated to Alan Shearer. And we got 10%
Sounds
off food
good.
and drinks at there.
You have a pint at St. James's?
Nah. My dad doesn't drink, so like
He just saw you as a
I didn't
raging
want to.
alcoholic, even though you barely drink.
I didn't even drink that much, to be honest. I had like a pint the first day, and then like a couple pints on the Sunday during the game. I think that's all I
Fair,
drank.
fair.
But I did go to the team shop where I bought this amazing Joelinton scarf.
Who
My
is that guy?
fucking handsome Brazilian. I also bought the kit that I'm wearing, Lewis Hall, the Champions League patches. They were already on sale, and then I also got 10% off on top of it. So
Oh, it's,
had to
it's a
do.
deal? Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
steal.
had to. It's the authentic kit as well, so quite good. Trying to think, what do we do after that? Oh, then after we went back to the hotel and chilled for a little bit so I actually found out like a week before we left that my dad apparently tore his meniscus in his left knee.
Oh my god, is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine, but obviously his knee was fucking hurting because of all the walking we were doing the day before, and then like
Damn.
sitting on the airplane, sitting on the train, like
Yeah.
so a lot of it like the second half of the trip was kind of just like lounging around, chilling, and like we would still go out and do things, but it would be like half and half. Whereas normally it would be like go, 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 go. So we kind of just chilled for the rest of Saturday. We stayed around the hotel. Then we went to Nando's.
Oh yeah. Is that your dad's first time?
In the UK, yeah. He's been here.
Okay.
And then went to the pub, watched a little bit of footy. But let me tell you, in Newcastle, it was like 3 p.m. Half the city was hammered already. Like slurring their words and shit, stumbling on the
We gotta
streets.
go. We gotta
I'm like,
go.
bro, this Newcastle is literally the ultimate lad strip, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Fucking scenes everywhere. And I mean, I'm assuming half of it is because the biggest game that they played at St. James Park in a fucking decade was on Sunday. But
Well, I would say
also, like,
biggest.
not biggest, but like, for the city, it's the biggest,
Meaningful.
not for like the actual occasion. Yeah. So I mean, that's part of it, but I also just think the fact that fucking Newcastle people are mental.
Yeah,
So
I've heard.
that was cool. A night out there 100% would be amazing though. Like 10 out of 10. I can guarantee it.
You should have taken your dad out and gotten him lit.
I was considering hitting up some of the people that I was in contact with. So I met a guy in Houston from Newcastle, and I hit him up and I was like, yo, you trying to go get a pint? And then he was like, oh no, mate, I'm out of town for work actually. I'm like, fuck. So then I hit up a guy that's in Toon Army Chicago, but he lives in Newcastle. He's part of the group on WhatsApp because he's been to Chicago a couple times and visited. And I hit him up and he's like, oh no, I'm out of town for work.
They just don't like you.
For fuck's sakes, bro. All the people that were fucking I was gonna hang out with, because I hit them up before I went and I was like, I'm gonna be there. And they're like, bet. They're like, oh, no, I can't anymore. I'm like, you fucking bastards, bro.
Honestly, I understand it now.
So then on Sunday, woke up at like, I think 8. I went to this thing called the Stack, which is like right outside St. James Park. It's like this 2-story. It's basically like a pregame area where there's like, it's made of like shipping containers and also just like normal building. There's like 5 massive bars and then like 8 different food types that you can get. And then they have a giant, like hella giant screens And then they have a giant stage with like a live DJ. They had a fucking
So,
live band as well, which was insane. Um, and so we got there at like it opened at 9:30. We got there at 9:30. We were in line for like an hour.
Jesus.
We finally get in, packed to the brim, bro. Literally fucking jam packed. Everyone's buzzing. You could feel like the energy and everything. And it was cool too because since it's right next to the stadium, half of it is like all glass, so you can like see out onto the road. So like when the Sunderland team bus drove past, when the fans were escorted in by police officers,
You saw all
like
of
you could
that.
literally see all of it
Oh,
from
it's
the
dope.
inside. It was sick, yeah. Um, so I had a couple pints there, watched the game there because unfortunately couldn't get tickets to the game.
Yeah.
I say unfortunately, we lost. So maybe fortunately, because it would have fucking sucked to spend $1,000 on 2 tickets for a fucking loss.
You've never seen Newcastle win live, have you?
This one doesn't count because I wasn't there live. But no,
No,
I
no, no,
haven't.
no. But I'm saying in general, like you haven't, right?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it would have
Next
been
time, bro.
great for you to be there.
Next fucking time, bro. Um, but yeah, I know the scenes were fucking immaculate. I'm not gonna lie, and like it was so packed to the point where like my dad went down to get us food.
Mhm.
All the restaurants in there were like obviously like local people that like own their own restaurant, whatever. So he went downstairs to get us food because all the restaurants upstairs, he was like, I don't really want any of that. Goes downstairs, they wouldn't let him back up. They were like, we're already over capacity upstairs, sir. Like, we can't let you back upstairs. So then I had to go downstairs. And when I got downstairs, bro, they were fucking full of shit as well. It's like you could barely walk. And everybody and their mama in a Newcastle kit, it was beautiful. It was a fucking sight to see, bro. One of the best atmospheres I've ever experienced for like a non, like, you're not even in the stadium.
Yeah.
Um, that was amazing. Um, so we did that. And then afterwards, we just like walked around Newcastle a little bit. Um, and then eventually we went to dinner at this place called Rudy's Pizza, which I recommended it to Kevin. He went, he loved it. 10 out of 10 pizza. It's like this Italian place that originated in, I think in Rome. Oh no, it originated in Napoli because it's Napoleon style pizza. And
Hmm.
like they've opened a bunch of locations in England, and it was voted as like one of the top 10 pizza places in all of Europe. The original one's in Manchester, but they have them all over. So we went and we actually met the guy that was working there, and he was from fucking Las Vegas. He's like, "Where the fuck are y'all
Yeah.
from?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm from Chicago." He's like, "Oh, Chicago, what part?" And I'm like, "Well, we're actually like a suburb outside of Chicago called Joliet." And he's like, "My ex-wife is from Joliet." I'm like, "Nah, that's fucking impossible, bro. What are the fucking odds, bro?" But yeah, so he came over and we were just talking to him. Had some bomb ass pizza. Then went to sleep. It was like 10 p.m. at that point. Had to catch the train again early in the morning Monday to go back to London, which we did. We caught the train at like 8:30. Got back to London at like noon, I think. A little after noon, maybe like 12:30, 1, something like that. And so originally I thought that I booked the hotel for that night, but I didn't. And I didn't realize it until we were like 20 minutes outside of London. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh shit. So I was like, fucking, I went on Expedia, found a nice little hotel. It was cheap because it was like, if I don't book it, nobody's gonna book it. So they'd rather have somebody in there than nobody, which is
Fair.
why
Yeah.
I got a 4.5 star hotel because it was cheaper than like there was like 4 star hotels that were going for more. And I was like, fuck that. But we were literally a block away from Tower Bridge,
That's sick.
and we paid like it was like 120 pounds for the night, which is
Got it all, man.
not bad,
Is
right?
it one room?
It was one room with a king bed.
Oh, so y'all shared the bed?
Yeah. In
It's still not
Newcastle,
bad.
we had uh, a queen and a double bed, and then in London we had a queen bed. the first time for the first 2 nights. So
Mm.
like the first night we shared, the second night we didn't share, and then the first bit hotel we shared, the second hotel we didn't, the third one we did.
Okay.
Yeah. So then we just kind of walked around again. We went to this steakhouse because I didn't know what to get my dad for Christmas, and so I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just take you to a nice restaurant while we're in London." And then I told him to pick the restaurant, and he didn't pick the fucking restaurant. But my coworker was like, "Oh, you should go to this place called the Hawksmoor." They opened one in Chicago. Um, but he's also a British guy, and he was like, "It's like the best one. Go to the one near Borough Market." So we went to the one near Borough Market. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely delicious. It was fucking great.
Pricey.
Uh Kinda. Not as
Middle ground.
expensive as like I don't think it was as expensive as like American steakhouses, but it was
Oh,
still
okay.
expensive for like what it is.
Yeah.
Um, but I was like, you know what, bro? Like, I'm never gonna be in London with my dad again. Fuck you, right? We went
Fair.
10 out of 10. Would recommend. Go to the Hawksmoor. I want to go again to the one in Chicago because they do Sunday roasts, and so I want to have a Sunday roast because we couldn't have one when we were in England.
Mm.
Then after that, we went and we walked to London Eye and Big Ben again, and then that's when I went and bought the alcohol. And then at that point, it was like 10 p.m. and we were like, "Oh shit, we gotta fly home tomorrow." I don't want to fly home tomorrow, but we went back to the hotel, basically packed everything up, went to sleep, woke up. We set our alarm for 7:30. Woke up at 9. We didn't have to be at the airport. Like our airport or our airplane took off at like 3:45, so like we had time. We were chilling. We wanted to
Yeah.
like go get breakfast and like coffee before we left.
You guys just
Unfortunately,
didn't. Yeah.
we had to check out of the hotel. That was the issue. The checkout time was like 10 a.m. or something.
Mm.
So we're like, fuck it. We left, went straight to the airport, and then we just got coffee there, chilled. My dad loves Pret now.
Oh, the Pret Manger.
Yeah, I told him, I was like, well, the good thing is there's some in Chicago,
Yeah.
so you don't have to fly all the way back to London to get it again.
I'm gonna tell your dad that I'm gonna pick him up and we're gonna go.
Bet he probably bet. All right.
Love me a
Um,
swamp.
and then we flew home. Got home last night at like 10:30, I think. 10:30, something like that. Fell asleep at like midnight. Woke up this morning at 8 a.m. It was great.
Yeah. Shit, man. I know when I get home Sunday night, I'll be sleeping for 2 days straight.
And like I'm a bit gutted that I didn't go to the game because it would have been sick.
Right,
But I've
right.
already been promised that the next time I go to Newcastle, I have tickets.
Let's go next year. Fuck it.
You know what's crazy too? So, I mean, nobody important is listening to this, so I asked a connection that I have through work to help me get tickets to this game. This person asked the lady that helps the team plan their travels. Like, not like the team, like, oh, you need to take the team bus. No. Like she plans travel for the players' families.
Mm.
So like he asked, like, oh, you got 2 tickets. She was like, nah, I don't have it. Like, there's no tickets left. They've used all the tickets. And I'm like, damn, I guess that means no. And he's like, not yet. I have another option. So he asked a guy who asked former Newcastle manager John Carver if he could help me get fucking tickets to the game. And they couldn't get him tickets either. He's like, brother, this is the first time in the history of this club that I've asked them for tickets and they've been unable to get me tickets. I used to
Shit
manage for the
club.
fucking club, bro.
Shit club.
Obviously, he was shit as a manager, but that's crazy, bro. I had the whole world fucking trying to get me tickets to this game, and just wasn't meant to be.
Damn.
That's okay, because like I said, I'm going back to Newcastle, 1,000%. because I want to actually like go out and enjoy the nightlife, which I couldn't do with my father because A, he doesn't enjoy alcohol, and B, his knees were cooked.
You want to go out there and be an animal?
100%. But also, I need to see us play a game at St. James Park and win
No,
that
that's
game.
fair.
So,
100%. That's fair. Just go when they play like
no, I'm going
I don't
next year
know,
for City, bro.
against who?
City. No Pep, bro. Actually, City might not be in the Prem next season.
It's true.
Fuck it. I'll go when we play Chelsea. It's always an easy 3 points.
Yeah, okay.
At home, it's always an easy 3 points, bro.
Just maybe the last 2 years. That's it.
We only lose y'all at Stamford Bridge because you pay the refs. But
Yeah, okay. Oh,
that's besides the point. I'll ask Kevin how his fucking little trip went because he saw how mighty Newcastle are.
yeah. I don't know. Kevin's just bad luck. To me personally, I've seen them beat Newcastle twice live. So
I'm gonna try and get Kevin to come on the podcast soon because I want him to tell his story of his trip. He went to some
okay,
pretty cool game.
I was gonna say something, but I'll bring it up after. Um, honestly, like, nah, that's sick, man. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for your dad, especially if you really enjoyed it. That's dope.
Oh yeah, he did. He was like, "We should go back to my mom and my sister."
Yeah,
I was like,
that'd be
"Don't
sick.
include me in. Y'all can go though."
um, I was gonna say too, like, obviously, we spent the last 40 minutes talking about the trip. I'm not complaining at all. I'm just saying, like, we're probably not gonna talk too much about football on this one. Um, I'm absolutely, I'm so tired. But honestly, like, if you have anything else to talk about, feel free. But yeah.
Um, I guess I'll just really quickly run through the UCL results, just because
Oh, that's right. No, you don't have to do it quickly. We can still talk about them.
I don't know. We could do it quick. It's not really that important, to be honest. And I say that because we got fucking dicked down. But on Tuesday, the 17th, which was the day before I left, Sporting played Bodo Glimt.
What a game.
Bodo Glimt had a 3-0 lead going into the match. Somehow choked it. They go to extra time. They lost 5-3 on
That's
aggregate.
insane. I really
Unlucky.
thought Bodo had it in the bag, man. It was going to be the Cinderella story of this the UCL campaign.
I'm hearing crazy things about this fucking Sporting manager. I don't know why I said Porto.
Like what?
Rui Borges. I'm hearing
Hmm.
he's cracked, bro.
Yeah.
That's what the streets are saying. Keep an eye out. He may be getting a move to a big club soon. Or a bigger club. No disrespect to Sporting. Although, let's be honest, they're not the biggest club in fucking Portugal. Then, with the 1-1 scoreline going into the match, North London saw Arsenal defeat Bayern Leverkusen 2-0 in
Dang it.
what might be the most boring match of football I've ever witnessed.
Disappointing. The Arsenal one.
Not
Bastards.
really a shock, but
No,
disappointing
it's
for
not
sure.
a shock at all, but that Leverkusen had a little bit in them to get past them.
Um, there was also a game in West London at the same time as Arsenal. It was being played in Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea went in down 5-2 to PSG, and they lost 3-0 on the day to lose 8-2 on aggregate. My bad, which is the biggest aggregate loss of an English team ever in this round of the Champions League. And I only say that because The next day, Sky Sports went on to say that Newcastle had the biggest loss ever when we lost 8-3 on aggregate, which 8-3 versus 8-2. Pretty sure one of them is bigger loss than the other. And then I think probably like the most shocking result of them all, Madrid went into Manchester up 3-0. They won 2-1 on the night, and they won 5-1 on aggregate.
Seemed a bit too easy, didn't it?
It just did. It did.
Yeah.
City was never in the tie, which is surprising to say the least.
It's nice because I hate City, but it is disappointing when you're trying to, like, you think City Madrid, right? You expect at least a pretty decent game or two. At least one of them for sure.
Never happened.
No, nothing.
I guess the second one was it was decent. It probably would have been better if City didn't have a red card, but they still really
And
didn't.
that hat trick in the first match was just, it made, I guess, that match, yeah. It made that fixture.
Then the next match day, which was Wednesday, I just talked about it. Barcelona beat us 7-2 on in Barcelona to go. It was 1-1 going into the tie. It was 2-3 at halftime, unjustly.
Oh, okay. Sure.
And then they dicked us. Brother, the two players that scored the goals shouldn't have even been on the pitch. They should have been suspended in the first leg for yellow card accumulation. And then they should have been suspended last game for the next round for yellow card accumulation. But, you know, UEFA Lona, that's what it's called for a reason. The next match, probably the easiest tie, and definitely the favorites of the Champions League right now. Bayern München won 4-1 against Atalanta, which was a total of 10-2 on aggregate. Jesus fucking Christ. These are grown men.
Bayern be getting aggregates of 10 here and there every couple seasons.
Insane work, bro.
Yeah.
I'm scared for whoever has to play them next.
Jeez.
Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid. Liverpool went to Anfield down a goal, but they won 4-0 to knock Galatasaray out of the Champions League. Not really that big of a shot.
No, it's not, but considering that Gala put up a good fight in the first leg, coming up and winning against Liverpool, you just hope they put up a bigger fight.
And then one of the most entertaining draws, surprisingly, also took place in North London. Tottenham Hotspurs versus Atletico Madrid, where Tottenham won the game 3-2 but lost on aggregate 7-5.
Definitely, I think the most entertaining fixtures of the whole time. Because you really did not expect Spurs to actually kind of fight back. Like all the other teams that had lost in the first leg, they didn't fight back much except for, like, say, Sporting. So that Spurs and Madrid one was actually nice, fresh. How do you say it? For
nice
the expression.
Breath of fresh air.
Yes. My brain is smoking right now. I was thinking too much.
Yeah, but
it was a good picture.
Spurs are out of the Champions League, and I guess to wrap up the show, the episode, they're basically out of the Premier League as well because they lost a 6-point match against Nottingham Forest on Sunday morning, 3-0.
Lucky, very lucky that West Ham lost.
Massive result for Forest on Thursday in the Europa League because they advanced, and then again on Sunday because it was a 6-pointer against Spurs and they won.
Massive week. And again, Spurs very, very lucky that West Ham lost to Villa, or else they'd literally be sitting in 18th right now.
Yeah. And then I think the only other big game of the weekend, while we're on the topic of bottle jobs in North London, how could we not mention the biggest bottle job?
And what
Arsenal
football?
Football Club. They lost
Ars,
2-0
you know,
to Manchester City in the FA. Oh, I was going to say FA Cup. In the in the final of the Carabao Cup. God damn, bro. My brain's not
there
working
we go.
either.
Between the both of us, we're sharing a brain cell right now. Oh, God.
Thank God, bro. Thank fucking God. Fuck Arsenal. They probably won the league already, unfortunately, but
Still hope.
hopefully it's just the league and nothing
Hopefully, if they
else.
win the league, Spurs will play Chelsea in the second to last game of the season at the Bridge. Lose to Chelsea. Chelsea relegates Spurs, and it'll be the bigger talking story of the season.
Yeah, Spurs is cooked, bro. They're going down for sure.
I only feel bad for them, not because of the club, but for Ricardo.
Nah, fuck Ricardo. He
I spent
deserves
more.
this.
I spent more time with Ricardo this last month than I have with like anybody else I know in like the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's gonna be a painful day for him when they go down. But guess what? That's
100%.
football, isn't it?
Mhm.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this week's episode.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there is more, but um, we're gonna try to keep it a little bit quick. He just had a very long week. I'm sure he's tired. I'm fucking dead. I'm not even gonna try to hide it. I'm exhausted. This is literally my energy, just damn near every day. Getting home from work. So, well, today was actually rougher than most of my other days, just because it was more physically intense in a way. That's why I'm like super dead. But no, yeah, I do apologize for my lack of enthusiasm this week and probably the last couple of weeks. I'm not gonna lie.
Next week, we will hopefully have an in-person video for y'all, or not.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
yeah, we should.
have a in-person episode again. And then, like I said, I'm gonna try and get Kevin on the podcast soon because there's international break this weekend, anyways. So
Yeah, I was gonna say we could try to get together at some point next week.
yeah, we'll figure it out. But until that episode, y'all have a great one. Apologies for the late upload.
Yeah.
But hey, an episode's an episode, isn't it? So until next time, bye bye.
Bye.